if you are listening to this, it is not by accident. Something brought you here at this exact moment. Maybe you don't fully understand what it is, but there's something inside you that needed this moment. A moment of pause, a moment without noise, a moment where you don't have to rush, where you don't have to think about everything that's missing, where you don't have to fix anything. Just be, because you've been carrying too much, more than you show, more than you say, more than you even admit to yourself. Thoughts that don't stop, worries that keep coming back, situations you cannot control, and that deep exhaustion, the kind that sleep doesn't fix, the kind that comes from within. And even though you try to ignore it, distract yourself, keep moving forward like nothing is wrong, it's still there, waiting, in silence, like a quiet voice that refuses to disappear. And tonight, you're not going to ignore it. Tonight, you're going to listen, because there is something most people don't understand. God doesn't always speak loudly. He doesn't always show up in obvious ways. He doesn't always answer the way we expect. Most of the time, he speaks in silence. In those moments when everything slows down, when the world becomes quiet, when there are no distractions left, and you are left with yourself. And I know that can feel uncomfortable, because in silence, you don't just hear God, you hear yourself. And sometimes that's what we try to avoid the most. How many times have you filled your day with noise just to avoid thinking? How many times have you reached for your phone without even knowing why? How many times have you avoided that moment where everything becomes still and the truth begins to surface? But now you are here, and that means something. It means a part of you is no longer trying to run away. It means something inside you is ready to listen. The Bible says, "Be still and know that I am God." But very few people truly understand this, because being still in today's world feels almost impossible. There's always something else, something to do, something to watch, something to escape into. And without realizing it, you slowly drift away, not all at once, not in an obvious way, but little by little, through small choices, through small habits, through constant distraction, until one day you notice something is missing. Something feels different. There's a space inside you that nothing seems to fill. But that space is not a mistake. It is the beginning, because that space is where God enters, not when everything is noisy, not when everything is full, but when you are finally ready to listen. And tonight, you are. Even if you don't fully understand it, even if you can't explain it, something inside you already knows. That's why you are here. That's why you are listening. That's why something inside you is beginning to slow down. And now, you don't have to do anything else. Just stay here, in this moment. No pressure, no expectations. Just breathe slowly. Inhale and let go. Again, inhale and release. You don't have to control anything. You don't have to fix anything. Just stay, because in this silence, something begins to settle. Something begins to align. And little by little, without even noticing, you will start to feel something that you may not have felt in a long time. Peace. That peace doesn't come from having everything figured out. It doesn't come from solving every problem or controlling every outcome. Real peace begins when you let go, when you stop trying to carry everything on your own, when you finally allow yourself to rest. Because the truth is, you were never meant to do all of this alone. You were never meant to hold every worry, every fear, every unanswered question. And yet, somehow, you've been trying, day after day, silently, without even realizing how heavy it had become. And maybe no one around you really sees it. Maybe from the outside, everything looks fine. You keep going. You keep showing up. You keep doing what you're supposed to do. But inside, it feels different. There's a weight, a quiet pressure, something that doesn't fully go away. And you've learned to live with it, to push through it, to ignore it. But ignoring it doesn't make it disappear. It just waits until moments like this, moments where everything slows down and you can no longer avoid what you feel. And maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe this is exactly what you needed. Not another distraction, not another way to escape, but a moment of truth, a moment to reconnect. Because sometimes the reason you feel lost is not because you failed. It's because you've been disconnected, not just from God, but from yourself, from what truly matters, from what gives your life meaning. And when that connection fades, everything starts to feel empty. Even the things that once made you happy, even the things that once felt important, they lose their weight. They lose their purpose. And you're left wondering, why do I feel this way? Why doesn't anything feel enough? And the answer is not more. It's not more distractions, more achievements, more noise. The answer is deeper. It's quieter. It's closer than you think. Because what you're really searching for is not out there. It's here, in this moment, in this stillness, in this space where you finally stop and allow yourself to feel. And God is right here with you, not far away, not distant, not waiting for you to be perfect, but present, right now, in this exact moment. And maybe all he's been waiting for is this, a moment where you stop running, a moment where you stop trying to figure everything out, a moment where you simply let him in without pressure, without expectations, without pretending, just honestly as you are, because you don't need to have everything together. You don't need to be strong all the time. You don't need to have the right words. You just need to be here. And right now, you are. So take another slow breath. Inhale and gently release. Let your shoulders relax. Let your thoughts slow down. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to follow every worry. Just let them pass, like clouds moving slowly across the sky. And underneath all of that, there is stillness. There is calm. There is something steady, something that doesn't move. And that is where God meets you. And maybe, without even realizing it, this is the first real moment of calm you've had in a long time. Not distraction, not noise, not something to keep your mind busy, but real stillness. And at first, it can feel unfamiliar, even uncomfortable, because when everything slows down, what's been buried begins to rise. Thoughts you pushed away, emotions you didn't want to face, questions you never answered. They come back, not to hurt you, but to be seen, to be acknowledged, to finally be released. Because nothing you ignore truly disappears. It just waits, quietly, until you are ready. And maybe tonight is that moment. Not a moment to fix everything. Not a moment to understand everything, but a moment to stop resisting, a moment to stop running, a moment to simply allow yourself to feel, allow yourself to breathe, allow yourself to be exactly where you are, without judgment, without pressure, because you don't need to have it all figured out right now. You don't need to know what comes next. You don't need to carry everything tonight. You just need this moment. And in this moment, you are not alone, even if it feels that way sometimes. Even if there are days where no one seems to understand you. Even if you've learned to keep things to yourself, to stay quiet, to handle everything on your own. God sees what others don't. He sees what you hide. He sees what you carry in silence. the thoughts you never say out loud, the struggles you don't show, the weight you pretend isn't there. And he understands completely, without judgment, without rejection, without turning away. And maybe that's something you're not used to, being understood without having to explain yourself, being accepted without having to prove anything. But that's how God meets you. Not when you're perfect, not when you have everything together, but right here as you are, in your doubts, in your questions, in your tiredness, in your silence. And maybe all he's been waiting for is for you to stop trying so hard and just come back, not in a dramatic way, not with big words, not with perfect faith, but simply by being here, right now, listening, breathing, slowing down. So take another deep breath, slowly. Inhale, hold it for a moment, and gently release. Let your body soften. Let your thoughts loosen their grip. You don't have to follow every thought. You don't have to believe every worry. Just let them pass, one by one, without holding on. And as you do, notice what remains. Underneath the noise, underneath the tension, underneath everything you've been carrying, there is something steady, something calm, something that doesn't rush, that doesn't panic, that doesn't break. And that is where God is, not in the chaos, not in the fear, but in the quiet space beneath it all, the place you rarely visit, because life moves too fast, because there's always something pulling your attention away. But now you're here, and that changes everything, because once you remember this place, once you reconnect with this stillness, you start to see things differently. Problems don't disappear, but they lose their power over you. Fear doesn't vanish, but it stops controlling your decisions. And slowly, you begin to trust again, not in everything around you, but in something deeper, something that doesn't change, something that remains, even when everything else feels uncertain. And maybe tonight, that trust begins again, not all at once, not perfectly, but quietly, gently, like a small light turning on in the dark. So now, without forcing anything, without trying to say the perfect words, just let this moment become a simple conversation between you and God. You don't have to speak out loud. You don't have to structure it. Just think it, feel it, let it be honest. And if you don't know what to say, that's okay. You can start with something simple like this. God, I'm here. God, I'm here. Maybe I don't have the right words. Maybe I don't even know how to begin, but I'm here. And for the first time in a while, I'm not running. I'm not distracting myself. I'm not pretending everything is okay. I'm just here. And maybe that's enough, because you already know what's inside me. You already see the thoughts I don't say, the worries I try to hide, the fears I carry quietly. You know the moments where I feel lost, the times I doubt myself, the nights where my mind won't stop. And still, you don't turn away. You don't reject me. You don't wait for me to be perfect. You meet me here, in this moment, just as I am. And right now, I don't want to hold everything in anymore. I don't want to carry this weight alone. So I give it to you, little by little, thought by thought, worry by worry. Take what I can't control. Take what I don't understand. Take what has been overwhelming me, because I'm tired. Tired of trying to fix everything. Tired of thinking about the same things over and over again. Tired of carrying what was never mine to carry alone. And maybe this is where it changes. Not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because I'm no longer holding it by myself. So tonight, I let go. I let go of the pressure. I let go of the fear. I let go of the need to have all the answers. And I trust, even if it's just a little, that you are working even when I can't see it. Help me slow down. Help me breathe. Help me stop overthinking everything. Because my mind keeps racing, jumping from one thought to another, replaying things that already happened, worrying about things that haven't even come yet. And it's exhausting. So right now, I choose to pause. I choose to be here with you in this quiet moment, without rushing, without trying to escape it. And as I sit here, breathing slowly, I begin to feel something changing. Not outside, but inside. The tension starts to soften. The noise begins to fade. The weight feels lighter. And maybe it's not because everything is solved, but because I'm not carrying it alone anymore. And that changes everything. So I stay here just a little longer, not asking for anything complicated, not trying to say perfect words, just staying, breathing, slowly, deeply, letting each breath take away a little more tension. Inhale and release. Again, inhale and let go. And with each breath, I feel myself becoming more present, more grounded, more calm. And in this calm, I remember something I often forget. I am not alone, even in the moments where it feels like no one understands me, even in the moments where everything feels uncertain, even in the moments where I don't know what to do next. You are here, constant, patient, present, and maybe I don't need to figure everything out tonight. Maybe I don't need to solve every problem before I rest. Maybe it's okay to just let go and trust that things will unfold one step at a time. So tonight, I release control. I release the need to understand everything. I release the pressure I've been putting on myself. And I allow myself to rest, truly rest, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And in this rest, I trust that you are taking care of what I cannot. And as you begin to let go, little by little, something inside you starts to soften. Not all at once, not in a dramatic way, but gently, quietly, almost without noticing. The tension you've been holding starts to loosen. The thoughts that kept repeating begin to slow down. And for a moment, everything feels a little lighter. And maybe this is what you've been needing all along. Not more answers, not more control, not more effort, but less pressure, less noise, less resistance. Because sometimes the more you try to fix everything, the more overwhelmed you feel. The more you think, the more confused it becomes. The more you hold on, the heavier it gets. And the truth is, you were never meant to carry it like this. Not every thought, not every worry, not every outcome. So right now, you can let go just a little more. You don't have to release everything at once. You don't have to force it. Just soften. Let your breathing guide you. Slow, steady, natural. Inhale gently and exhale without effort. Again, inhale and slowly release. Feel your body sinking deeper into stillness, your shoulders relaxing, your jaw softening, your mind becoming quieter. You don't have to follow every thought that appears. You don't have to hold on to every feeling. Just let them pass, like distant waves, coming and going without pulling you in. And underneath all of that, there is something constant, something steady, a calm presence that has always been there. Even when you were overwhelmed, even when you felt lost, even when everything felt uncertain, it never left. And that presence is God, not distant, not far away, not waiting for you to become someone else, but right here, in your breathing, in your stillness, in this quiet moment. And the more you allow yourself to rest here, the more you begin to feel it. not as something loud, not as something overwhelming, but as something gentle, something peaceful, something that doesn't demand anything from you, something that doesn't demand anything from you. And maybe, for the first time in a while, you can simply receive that without questioning it, without overthinking it, just allowing it to be there. So stay here just a little longer. Let your breathing continue to slow. Let your body become heavier. Let your thoughts drift further away. You don't have to hold on to anything right now. You don't have to prepare for tomorrow. You don't have to solve what's ahead. This moment is enough. And as you remain here, you might start to notice a quiet sense of trust, not a forced belief, not something you have to convince yourself of, but something natural, a feeling that maybe things don't have to be so heavy. Maybe you don't have to carry everything. Maybe it's okay to rest. And that thought, that simple realization, begins to change something inside you. Because when you stop resisting, when you stop holding everything so tightly, you create space. Space for peace. Space for clarity. Space for God to move in ways you can't control. And that space is where healing begins. Not all at once, not in a way you can fully explain, but quietly, gently, just like this moment. So now, take another slow breath. Inhale deeply and release everything you've been holding. Just for now. You can come back to it later if you need to. But right now, you are allowed to rest. You are allowed to let go. You are allowed to feel calm. And as your body begins to relax even more, as your mind becomes quieter, you might start to drift, slowly, gently, into a deeper state of peace. And that's okay. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to stay fully awake. You can let yourself rest, because in this rest, you are safe. In this stillness, you are held. And in this quiet, God is with you. And as you continue to rest in this quiet moment, there is nothing you need to do, nothing you need to prove, nothing you need to figure out. You can simply be. Let your body sink a little deeper into wherever you are resting. Feel the weight of your body, supported, held, without effort. You don't have to hold yourself up right now. You don't have to stay alert. You don't have to stay in control. You can allow yourself to let go. And as you let go, your breathing becomes even softer, slower, calmer, more natural. Inhale gently and exhale without thinking about it. Again, inhale and release. And with every breath, your mind becomes quieter. Thoughts begin to fade, like distant echoes slowly disappearing. You don't need to follow them. You don't need to hold on to anything. Just let everything drift further and further away. And as your mind softens, your body follows. Your muscles relax. Your face softens. Your entire body begins to feel heavy, calm, at ease. There is no tension here, no pressure, no urgency, just stillness, just rest. And in this deep calm, something inside you begins to trust, not in a forced way, not in a way that requires effort, but naturally, like a quiet understanding that you are exactly where you need to be, that this moment is enough, that you don't need to rush into tomorrow. You don't need to think about what comes next. Tomorrow will come when it needs to, but right now, you are here, and that is all that matters. So allow yourself to drift even deeper. Let your awareness soften. Let your thoughts fade completely. Let your body fully relax. You are safe here, completely safe. Nothing is demanding your attention. Nothing is pulling you away. You can rest without worry, without effort, without resistance. And in this deep stillness, God is present, not as something you need to search for, not as something distant, but as something gentle, something calm, something that surrounds you and holds you in complete peace. You don't have to reach for it. You don't have to understand it. You can simply rest in it. And the more you allow yourself to rest, the deeper that peace becomes, like a soft wave moving slowly through you, relaxing everything it touches. Your mind, your body, your thoughts, your emotions, everything begins to settle. Everything begins to slow. Everything begins to quiet down. And as that happens, you may notice yourself drifting deeper and deeper into rest. You don't have to fight it. You don't have to stay awake. You can let go completely. Let your mind drift. Let your body rest. Let everything soften. Because right now, there is nothing left to do, nothing left to carry, nothing left to hold on to. Just peace, just rest, just this quiet presence surrounding you, holding you gently as you drift further into calm. And if your thoughts try to return, that's okay. You don't have to engage with them. Just let them pass, like soft shadows, fading into the distance, and return to your breathing. Slow, gentle, effortless. Inhale and release. Inhale and let go. And with every breath, you sink deeper into rest, deeper into calm, deeper into peace, until there is nothing left but stillness. And in that stillness, you are held. And now, as your body continues to rest, and your mind becomes softer, quieter, slower, you don't have to hold on to anything anymore. Not your thoughts, not your worries, not even your awareness. You can let everything drift gently, naturally, without effort, because this moment does not require anything from you. You don't have to stay focused. You don't have to stay present. You don't have to try. You can simply let go. And as you do, your breathing becomes even softer, almost unnoticeable, slow, steady, effortless. Inhale and release. Again, inhale and let go. There is no rush, no urgency, no need to go anywhere. You are already exactly where you need to be. And as you rest here, something very quiet begins to happen. Something you don't need to understand. Something you don't need to control. Something that simply unfolds. On its own, your body continues to relax. Deeper and deeper, releasing any remaining tension. Your mind continues to slow, letting go of the need to think, letting go of the need to process anything. And little by little, you begin to drift into a space that feels safe, calm, still, a space where nothing disturbs you, a space where nothing pulls you away, a space where everything is at peace. And in this space, you are not alone. You are gently held, surrounded by a quiet presence that asks nothing from you, that doesn't rush you, that doesn't pressure you, that simply stays with you. And the more you allow yourself to rest here, the deeper that calm becomes, like a soft wave moving slowly through your body, relaxing everything it touches, your shoulders, your arms, your chest, your legs, your entire body, sinking deeper and deeper into rest. And as your body relaxes, your mind follows. Thoughts become quieter, softer, more distant, like echoes fading away. You don't have to stop them. You don't have to push them away. Just let them pass and return to the calm, to the stillness, to the gentle rhythm of your breathing. Inhale slowly and release. Inhale and let go. And with each breath, you feel yourself drifting further into a deeper state of rest, a deeper state of calm, a deeper state of peace. And there is nothing to interrupt this, nothing to disturb it, nothing take you out of it. You are safe, completely safe, held, supported, protected. And as this feeling continues to grow, you may notice how easy it becomes to simply let go, to release even the smallest tension, even the quietest thought, even the last bit of effort, until there is nothing left to hold, nothing left to carry, nothing left to control, just this quiet, peaceful stillness. And as you rest here, deeper and deeper, your awareness begins to fade, slowly, gently, like a light dimming, until everything becomes soft, quiet, distant, and you can allow yourself to drift, to rest, to sleep, without resistance, without effort, without thinking, because there is nothing left to do, nothing left to figure out, nothing left to hold on to, just peace, just rest, just this quiet presence, staying with you as you drift further and further into calm. And even as you begin to fall asleep, this calm remains, this peace stays with you, this presence continues, holding you gently through the night, and there is nothing you need to do but rest. And as you continue to drift deeper into this calm, deeper into this quiet, there is nothing pulling you back, nothing asking for your attention, nothing demanding your energy, nothing requiring you to think. Everything is slowing down. You're breathing soft, steady, effortless. Your body heavy, relaxed, completely at ease. Your mind quiet, distant, almost still, and in this stillness, there is nothing to hold on to anymore. You don't need to return to your thoughts. You don't need to remember anything. You don't need to prepare for tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. Right now, you are resting, fully, deeply, completely. And as you rest, this quiet presence remains with you, gentle, constant, peaceful. You don't have to search for it. You don't have to reach for it. It is already here, surrounding you, holding you, keeping you safe. And the deeper you drift, the more natural it feels to simply let go of effort, let go of awareness, let go of control, until even the idea of letting go fades away, and all that remains is rest, pure, quiet, peaceful rest. And if, for a moment, your thoughts begin to return, gently, without resistance, you can guide yourself back to your breathing, back to this calm, back to this stillness. Inhale slowly and release. Inhale and let go. That's all you need. Nothing more. No effort, no pressure, just this gentle rhythm, carrying you deeper and deeper into rest. And as you continue to drift, your awareness becomes softer, more distant, almost like a quiet background, slowly fading. You don't have to stay awake for this. You don't have to follow every word. You can let yourself sleep completely, safely, peacefully. And even as you sleep, this calm remains with you. This stillness stays. This presence continues. Quietly, gently, through the night. Nothing disturbs it. Nothing breaks it. It simply stays, holding you, protecting you, guiding you, without needing anything in return. And as you rest, your body restores, your mind resets, your spirit becomes lighter. Everything begins to align, naturally, without effort, without force, just as it should be. And there is nothing you need to do to make that happen. It is already happening, quietly, gently, perfectly, as you rest. And now, you can let yourself go even deeper, deeper into calm, deeper into silence, deeper into peace, where nothing reaches you, where nothing disturbs you, where everything is completely still, And in that stillness, you are held. And now, as everything becomes softer, quieter, more distant, you don't need to follow anything anymore. Not the words, not the thoughts, not even your own awareness. You can allow everything to fade, gently, slowly, naturally, like the end of a long day, where nothing else is required from you, where everything has already been done. And now, there's only rest. Your breathing continues, slow, steady, effortless. Your body completely relaxed, supported, heavy. Your mind quiet, soft, drifting further away. There is nothing left to hold on to, nothing left to carry, nothing left to control. Just this calm, quiet presence. And in this presence, you are safe, completely safe. Nothing can disturb this moment. Nothing can reach you here. Everything is still. Everything is at peace. And the more you allow yourself to rest, the deeper this calm becomes, like a soft wave moving slowly through your body, releasing anything that remains, any small tension, any lingering thought, any quiet resistance. It all softens, it all fades, it all disappears, without effort, because you are no longer holding on to it. You are no longer trying to control it. You are simply resting. And as you rest, this quiet presence continues to hold you, gently, patiently, without asking anything in return. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to think about it. You can simply let yourself be carried by it, like floating in a calm, endless space. Nothing pulling you down, nothing pushing you forward, just stillness, just calm, just rest. And as you drift deeper into this rest, your awareness continues to fade, slowly, gently, like a light dimming, becoming softer and softer until there is almost nothing left. And that is okay. You don't need to stay aware. You don't need to follow anything anymore. You can let go completely. Let your body rest. Let your mind drift. Let yourself sleep, fully, deeply, peacefully. And even as you fall deeper into sleep, this calm remains with you. This peace stays. This presence continues, holding you gently through the night. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing breaks it. It simply stays constant, quiet, steady. And as you sleep, your body restores itself. Your mind resets. Your thoughts settle. Everything begins to realign, naturally, without effort, without force, just as it should be. And there is nothing you need to do to make that happen. It is already happening. Quietly, gently, perfectly, as you rest. And if at any point your awareness returns, even slightly, you can come back to this, back to your breathing, back to the stillness, back to the calm. Inhale slowly and release. Inhale and let go. That's all you need. Nothing more. No effort. No pressure. Just this gentle rhythm, guiding you back into rest, back into peace, back into stillness. And as you follow that rhythm, you drift again, deeper, softer, quieter, until everything fades once more, into calm, into silence, into rest. And in that rest, you are held. And now, there is nothing left to hold on to, nothing left to think about, nothing left to carry. Just this quiet, gentle stillness. Your breathing continues, slow, soft, effortless. Inhale gently and release completely. Again, inhale and let go. With every breath, you sink deeper into rest, deeper into calm, deeper into peace. There is nothing you need to follow anymore. Even these words can fade into the background. You don't need to listen. You don't need to stay awake. You can simply rest. Let your body become heavier, more relaxed, more still. Your shoulders soft, your arms completely at ease, your chest rising and falling slowly, naturally, your legs resting, supported, calm, your entire body sinking deeper and deeper into rest. And your mind no longer needs to stay active. Thoughts come and go softly like distant waves. You don't follow them. You don't hold on to them. You simply let them pass. And as they pass, everything becomes quieter, more distant, more still. And in this stillness, there is something constant, something calm, something steady, a presence that has been here all along. You don't need to search for it. You don't need to understand it. You can simply rest in it. Let it surround you. Let it hold you. Let it carry you deeper and deeper into peace. And the more you allow yourself to rest, the more natural it becomes. To let go, to release, to drift. There is no effort here, no resistance, no tension, just a gentle, continuous, calm. And even if something tries to pull your attention, a thought, a feeling, a memory, you don't need to follow it. You can let it fade and return to the stillness, to the quiet, to the softness of your breathing. Inhale and release. Inhale and let go. And with every breath, you drift further away from everything, deeper into rest, deeper into calm, deeper into peace. There is nothing left to do, nothing left to hold, nothing left to carry. Just this moment, just this stillness, just this quiet presence surrounding you, holding you gently as you drift further and further into calm. And if your awareness fades completely, that's okay. You can sleep, you can rest, you can let go fully, because you are safe, you are held, you are at peace. And nothing needs to change that. Nothing needs to interrupt it. It simply continues, quietly, gently, through the night. And as time passes, your body restores itself. Your mind resets. Everything begins to align, naturally, without effort, without thinking, just happening quietly in the background. And you don't need to do anything for that. You can simply sleep, rest, drift deeper and deeper into peace. And as you continue to rest deeper and deeper into this quiet stillness, everything begins to feel even softer, even calmer, even more distant. There is no need to return, no need to wake up, no need to follow anything at all. You can remain here in this gentle space where nothing asks anything from you. Your breathing continues, slow, steady, effortless. Inhale softly and release completely. Again, inhale and let go. And with each breath, your body sinks deeper. Your mind becomes quieter. Your awareness fades further away. There is nothing to hold on to anymore, nothing to think about, nothing to remember. Just this calm, quiet, endless stillness. And in this stillness, there is a sense of familiarity, like you've been here before, like this space has always existed, waiting for you to return. Not something new, not something distant, but something known, something gentle, something safe. And the deeper you rest here, the more natural it feels to simply let go again and again, without effort, without resistance, without thought, just drifting slowly, gently into deeper and deeper calm. And if at any moment a small awareness returns, even just a little, you don't have to hold on to it. You don't have to wake up. You can simply let it pass, like everything else. and return to this stillness, to this quiet, to this soft, endless rest, because nothing has changed. Nothing needs to change. This calm is always here. This peace is always available. This presence never leaves. And as you remain here, drifting deeper, softer, quieter, you may begin to notice something very subtle, something that feels almost like the beginning of a thought, not fully formed, not fully clear, just a gentle sense that something is starting again, but not in a way that wakes you, not in a way that disturbs you, just softly, quietly, in the background, like a distant echo, slowly returning. And if you notice it, you don't have to follow it. You don't have to understand it. You can simply let it be there while you continue to rest, because this rest is deeper than any thought. This calm is stronger than any distraction, and this stillness continues no matter what. So stay here just a little longer. Let your breathing remain soft. Let your body remain heavy. Let your mind remain quiet. There is nothing to return to yet, nothing to do, nothing to think about. Just rest. And as you continue to rest, that gentle sense, that quiet beginning, slowly, very slowly, becomes a little clearer. Not enough to wake you, not enough to pull you out, just enough to feel familiar, like something you've already heard, like something you already know. And even as it becomes clearer, you continue to drift deeper, calmer, more at peace, because nothing interrupts this state. Nothing breaks this calm. Everything continues, gently, softly, without effort. And that quiet beginning, that soft return, slowly becomes something you recognize, something familiar, something that feels like the start of something you've already heard before. And as that quiet familiarity continues to grow, slowly, gently, without effort, you don't need to follow it. You don't need to understand it. You don't need to stay awake for it. You can remain exactly where you are, resting, drifting, peaceful, because this calm continues. This stillness remains. This quiet presence stays with you. Nothing interrupts it. Nothing breaks it. It simply flows softly, endlessly through the night. And even as something begins to feel slightly familiar, like a gentle return, you continue to drift deeper and deeper into rest. There's no need to wake up. No need to follow the thought. No need to hold on to anything. You can let everything pass, fade, soften, and as it does, that quiet familiarity becomes even softer, even more distant, almost like something you recognize, but don't need to focus on, something that exists gently in the background, and while it remains there, you continue to rest, fully, deeply, completely. Your breathing, slow, soft, effortless. Your body, heavy, calm, supported. Your mind, quiet, distant, still, and everything continues exactly as it is. Nothing changes. Nothing needs to change, because this peace is already here. This calm is already yours. And as you rest in it, something very soft begins again, quietly, gently, without effort, like the beginning of a thought, like the start of a feeling, like a voice, very distant, very soft, almost unnoticeable. And even as it begins, you don't need to follow it. You don't need to wake up. You don't need to respond. You can simply remain here, resting, drifting, at peace. And that soft beginning, slowly, very slowly, becomes something familiar, something known, something that feels like a quiet voice, returning. And if for just a moment you were to notice it, it might sound like this, very softly, very gently, in the distance. If you are listening to this, it is not by accident. And as that voice begins again, you remain completely at rest because nothing has changed. Nothing has been interrupted. Everything continues smoothly, naturally, endlessly, and you remain at peace.